Corin, how are you today? I am shuffling these cards to see what our path has for us. Isn't that exciting? I haven't done this in a minute, so it's really going to be spectacular. These cards right here want to go on top. I'm still shuffling. How are you? Waiting for a few more people to show up. So happy that you're here. Thank you very much. Big hug to you. Great. So thanks for joining my YouTube live video of me doing Sacred Path cards. Many of these cards are new to me because I mainly have been doing a lot of medicine cards, and these were gifted to me, and I haven't really done that many readings, so it makes it very exciting. So thanks for joining in today. And now we are going to begin with another shuffle because we want to mix it up, right? We want to mix up the energy, and this time I'm going to turn the cards face up so I can see them. But it's not bias. Okay, pipe came out, all right? The pipe jumped out, as you can see. And underneath is Warbonnet. So I don't think we've done that one. If I have, please correct me in the comments. All right. So we've already read about pipe, but let's like renew our vows with learning about pipe, because prayer and inner peace are the significant words that relate to pipe. And I've been wondering that lately, like, wait, so what was it again? Because there's a whole story like behind the pipe, and this is all Native American culture if you're interested. And also it could be native to any country. So that's the exciting part about being native. And then we have Warbonnet, which is really neat. And the word is advance. So advance. So that's a really good word that actually matches my life right now. And hopefully it matches yours, because advancing is a really good thing to do in life, to advance through life. And this book is called Sacred Path Cards. So if you're interested to know more about this subject, then watch my videos here on YouTube. Sometimes maybe I'll pop in with a quick short. This is something that I've been wanting to continue on with. It's just I really haven't had the energy. Most people say the time, right? But I've been dividing my energy and distributing my energy in different areas. And so contents, we need to find the Warbonnet, okay? So it's very important that we find out what this means. And if it sounds familiar while I'm reading it, then it's not in alphabetical order, so bear with me here, because I think there's also 50, so there's 44, that's right. Okay, it's a different amount. Medicine cards has 52, like regular cards in a deck, and there's 44 sacred subjects. Okay, so today these two jumped out of our deck. And then the first one that's pointing up is smoke signal. And the word for that is intent. So these all match my vibe. I'm doing kind of a comedic, it's going to be a TikTok, and then I'm going to make it into a YouTube short. So I might have to change the music on it on the YouTube short, but I just filmed it right there in my dining open area. There's plenty of room to dance around here. Thus the thumbnail, that came from that. Say that 10 times. Thumbnail from. Okay, and so the thumbnail that I used is from these scenes that I just shot of my comedic dance video. So my dancing is sort of serious, but I have a comedic flair because I just like to be funny, and I like to laugh, and I like when people make me laugh. I like a lot of humor. And so 26203, let's get to this Warbonnet. Is that something that we wear? Because it looks like it is the headdress. Maybe it's the fancy word for headdress. And let's go ahead and check that out. I just passed talking stick. We have a lot to learn together, and it's exciting because it's nice to learn about cards with people and not just by yourself. It's sort of like going to a movie. Sometimes it's better to go with someone, although going by yourself was cool too, I remember. All right, so Warbonnet of the Warrior Clan. Here's a poem, and it has the title of and the same as the card, the headdress, the photo illustration. Warbonnet of the Warrior Clan, honors you have earned. Eagle feathers, lofty thoughts, courage you have learned. Teach us of the forward thrust, advancing to the right, parley now, counsel fire, wisdom true and bright. Do any of these words resonate with you? Because some of these did. Like, I won't get into it, but if it does for you, please put it in the comments. So now we have Warbonnet Advance. Advance is the subject, Warbonnet is the thing. So this is Sacred Path cards if you're coming in a little bit late on this YouTube live. And I shuffled these beautiful Sacred Path cards, there's 44 of them. And we ended up with a couple that jumped right out, okay? And they were facing like, well, it doesn't matter right now, because with medicine cards, it really matters, but Sacred Path cards, it could be either way. It's actually anything you feel in the moment. So even if you are pulling a contrary card on Sacred Path, on medicine cards, or contrary upside down, meaning on Sacred Path, then it means that if it's upside down, it means there's further lessons. So if you're watching when those cards came out, please put in the comments whether those cards were up or down. That way, if you don't put that, then I'll just go look later, because I'm curious too. And I'll let you know in the comments if there's anything else that we are supposed to learn about pipe and Warbonnet. So pipe we're skipping, and we're just looking at prayer/inner peace. I remember there was something like a sacrifice that you did, like being humble, having humility, like while you're smoking the pipe. And so that's just something that I just sort of remember from learning when we did that. So that's why we're jumping to Warbonnet, and it's so exciting because we just read the poem, and the word is advance. And so advance means to step forward, it means to go forward, it means to get somewhere, to advance, to move in a direction. Okay. So the teaching is, and now I shall get a little bit of water, as I usually do in all of my lives, because it is dry here. All right. The Warbonnet was the symbol of a chief, a warrior whose counsel was sought because his wisdom was recognized by others. He had come to terms with his personal medicine. He had earned the right to wear the Warbonnet because he knew how to advance himself through acts of bravery, advance his clan through counting coup, and advance his tribe or nation through providing for its members. The Warbonnet chiefs of Native America won the coup feathers in their bonnets through serving the needs of people. Isn't that beautiful? It's like, here, I did this for you, now you can put a feather on my Warbonnet. The feathers of the Warbonnet are not acquired from killing eagles. I didn't think so. Young braves set traps with live rabbits. The rock crevice below the nest where the rabbit was tied had one or two young braves silently waiting. When eagle came for its dinner, the braves would have to be very quick in snatching a tail feather or a wing feather. Ouch. If they were not so quick, the eagle could maul their hands with razor-sharp talons or beak. Wow. This way of getting an eagle feather was one of the young man's tests of courage on the pathway to becoming a warrior, and was one form of advancing his position in the tribe. Oh, the hummingbird is moving here. Let's get this hummingbird gift that another influencer gave me many years ago, and she sent it with a love letter. I'm like, thank you. That was the promotion. She would send you a hummingbird and she would ask you what colors you like, and then she would send you a love letter with it. And so there were a handful of us, at least, that I know of, maybe there were hundreds, that went for that promotion. So this was just moving, so it's telling us to take a break and feel loving energy. The comments are going up, but then they went up and then back down. So maybe one's held for review or someone was going to comment. Feel free to comment. A part of my live performance is also connecting with you. So please do. This feels really good right now. I'm gonna hold this. I haven't spent enough time with my hummingbird, so this is perfect. Okay. It just feels good in the hand. It's kind of like cold a little bit. And we are proceeding with our lesson. We got our gold feather right here. So I do a lot of nuances in my live performances where I'll get ready and then something that I'll do, because I haven't put this on in a while. Something told me the turquoise with the blue to match the turquoise rings. And I acquired these rings recently. I like to wear them both sometimes. This I put on today, and a little bit more turquoise to offset the little blue in the top. And we're good to go. We're back on the lesson. We have the hummingbird energy. It's for all of us, for the collective. There's always some object that I am sending light and love through. Okay, so we realized the young braves would snatch the feather from the eagle, and that was a part of their, it's a test of courage on the pathway to becoming a warrior and a form of advancing his position in the tribe. That's neat, because I just did an interview where there were like live video answers to just text. And that reminds me of that, like advancing into the next stage of the hiring process. So, and that has to do with real estate, by the way, because those that did not see my last live video, it was my last Monday manifestation, just this Monday, where I tell you that I am going to real estate school. And so getting this word advance and then getting the hint of the smoke signal, and the word was intent. See, I just lifted the deck. I lifted it perfectly. Like, look at that, because I needed it really quick in my sentence. So these cards I'm connected to already, and it's so cool because we're learning together. Full eagle wings, tails or skulls were gifts from the Eagle Nation. Okay, interesting. So tails, the whole tail? So the wings, the tails, or the skulls? Okay, wow. Wow, huh? Were gifts from the Eagle Nation. When the eagles were ready to drop their robes, and they have that in quotes, drop their robes. That's funny because I've been wanting to do a robe video lately. Some of my readings turn into a commentary too. And this one has definitely turned into that. At first it was just straight reading. Okay. Again, we'll start with that paragraph and we'll keep reading. Full eagle wings, tails or skulls were gifts from the Eagle Nation. When the eagles were ready to drop their robes, and then in parentheses, die, D-I-E, like die, deceased. They would call to a warrior or a medicine person in a dream or vision to let the two-leggeds know where they would leave their bodies. That's helpful, actually. In this way, a medicine person or chief would have extra feathers to bestow on those who had earned the right to wear them. Very, very nice. That's very, very nice. Wow. I want one. I should start collecting feathers, and I should make one. Let's get some of this tea. This is raspberry tea with a lovely squirt of fresh lemon And because you know how the weather changes, you turn the heat on, the air conditioning, the heat, the air, and then sometimes nothing. Actually, you do need one or the other because it gets either cold or hot, you know, when it's switching to fall. So I'm combating that with today with the raspberry tea, the squirt of lemon, and a squirt of fresh honey. Well, now it's cold because it was warm. And then I did my interview, and then I made my TikTok dance, which is kind of comedic too. Actually, the title is comedic. Maybe the whole thing is sorta. Like I said, I've modeled act all my life, model actor, and so I am serious, but at the same time, I add a twist of reality, comedic reality in there. And sometimes I do that in the title. Okay, so we're gonna get to this paragraph. So these wings, tails, and skulls were gifts from Eagle Nation. When the eagles were ready to drop their robes, which meant die, and I don't know what they mean by that, but we'll just keep reading because we'll figure that out. Because I never heard that cliche to mean that, to die, to drop their robe to die. So, but we're learning what they're teaching. They would call to a warrior of medicine person in a dream or vision to let the two-leggeds know where they would leave their bodies. Okay. So they would literally dream or have a vision about it. So when you're connected to spirit guides, animal spirits, and you're allowing them to, I don't want to say converse, I want to say guide and inform us. And if we open our minds to it, then we will have that. I feel like shutting this. No, it's adding extra light. We need that right now because it is getting late. In this way, a medicine person or chief would have extra feathers to bestow on those who had earned the right to wear them. Okay. The reason I'm reading that over and over is because I feel that that's so important in the story. And if we don't get that, then the rest is going to seem a little overwhelming. All right. The eagle wing is divided. Let's explain that. Okay, because, you know, I explained everything else. I sort of broke it down. The right to wear them, okay? Sort of like I have the right to wear this hummingbird, you know, like on my hand right now over the turquoise, because it was bestowed upon me, because that's what they say, right? Feathers to bestow on those who earn the right to wear them. So I think there was a lot of exchange of feathers, and it was their way of saying, because back then they didn't have like cookies to bring over, and you know, if they did, but it was like they were more into earthly possessions. So when you put a feather on somebody's, you know, Warbonnet, I hope I'm saying that right. And, or if you give somebody who has deceased a feather, or if somebody from the family who had a deceased gave you a feather, and those were little gifts and rewards, and it gave you the right to wear them. The eagle wing is divided into several categories of feathers. So this hummingbird wants to go back over here now. The energy was beautiful. Thank you. The eagle wing is divided into several categories of feathers. The spike tip of the wing is considered the destiny feather. Nice. Through reading the markings on the destiny feather, and they have those capitalized, a medicine person could tell what the warrior's future would hold. Sorry, I'm missing your guys' comments. Okay, I would love to answer your questions. If you have some questions and I missed them, I'm going to put my email in there. You can get on my email list by simply emailing me, and I will answer your questions. I don't mind. I love it, actually. Thanks for your compliments, guys. I'm not going to get too deep into the comments because I'm right here. So the eagle wing is divided into several categories of feathers. The spike tip of the wing is considered the destiny feather. Through reading the markings on the destiny feather, a medicine person could tell what the warrior's future would hold. That's so neat because I hashtagged fortune telling or fortune teller, maybe fortune telling. And I was like, wait, I got to change that to more about what these are: sacred path cards, medicine cards, animal spirits. But for some reason, fortune telling is more of what I've been wanting to do lately, because I think that as I describe and explain these stories and read this, and everybody has their own translation and it applies to your situation. And I believe it helps you because it helps me. And that's why I love this live, because this live is going on for a while. And it's like certain people can't join in because they're just not in the live yet. But when you get here, it's like exciting because you're coming in on a part, but then you can go back and watch the replay. And thank you so much for your views. I go watch and I watch the replay on some of these. I'm like, wow, like that was intense. Most of them are intense. So the destiny feather, a medicine person could tell what the warrior's future would be. The destiny feather could tell if the warrior's life would be full of joy or sorrow, whether this earth walk would be a long one, or if the seeker was soon to join the ancestors by dropping the robe. And they have that capitalized again. I'm like, okay, I'm just listening, I'm learning. If the destiny feather had a broken quill, death was to be sudden and in youth. If the destiny feather had any markings, as with a spotted eagle feather, the faces or shapes that appeared told the story of that person's future life events or their allied totems. That's great. The spike of the eagle feather. The category of the wing tip. The spike tip. The small feathers on the cutting edge of the wing were called hopes and dreams feathers. I was hoping we'd get to that because when they were talking about whether your life is going to be full of joy or full of sorrow, that could be changed, by the way. You are the destiny, the author of your destiny, and you shall, like destiny feather, and you shall be the dictator, and you shall be the one who makes those decisions in your life. Okay, so the small feathers on the cutting edge of the wing were called hopes and dreams feathers. I'm in love with that. I'm just so happy about this. If I did read this, I was probably doing too much and didn't have any conception of even like, your subconscious will absorb it and will apply that if you're close to your spirit guides and you're listening and letting them guide you and inform you. And you will understand certain life situations when you read these examples of life. So the hopes and dreams feathers. I was hoping there'd be hope here. These feathers mark the path of the desired destiny of the owner. You know how we've been doing Monday manifestation? Well, remember I've been saying desires, and that's the hopes and dreams for the desired destiny of the owner. That is exciting, huh? That is very exciting how it all ties together. So the feathers mark the path of the desired destiny of the owner, okay? Interesting, because we do have a path. I do believe so. Often a pattern or set of events could be seen in a way the feathers grew from the skin. This is on the eagle if you came in late. A trained seer, and they capitalize seer, S-E-E-R, could not divide, the meaning for the wing's owner and accurately foretell the events and challenges that life would provide. So the seer could divine the meaning for the wing's owner and accurately foretell the events and challenges that life would provide. The personal goals of the wing's owner were also shown in the markings of the feathers. Personal goals now. If those goals were inclusive of the advancement of the tribe or nation, so if they were if those small feathers and those goals, because the seer would divine the meaning and foretell the challenges that life would provide, the personal goals of wings owner were also shown in the markings. I'm backing up, see? That way we understand. If those goals were inclusive of the advancement of the tribe or nation, the selflessness of the seeker was sure to be blessed by the grandfathers and grandmothers in spirit. You know how you hear your ancestors are helping you? Well, our grandparents are blessing us because we stayed with the tribe or nation by having goals and by having hopes and dreams and by honoring the feather, these different types of feathers, the cutting edge of wings, particularly of the hopes and dreams, is what we're focusing on right at this very moment. And earlier in this video, there's a whole description. It starts at the tip of the eagle's feathers that are divided, and that is referring to destiny feather, okay? So if you go back and watch the replay, you'll get more of this entire lesson. It came from a card that jumped out at us. It was the Warbonnet and the pipe. See, that's not in the title yet because it showed up in this live. So when I go back and do the replay, I will put in the word Warbonnet and I will try to make that feather chief Warbonnet with the feathers. Okay, so let's back up a sentence because then we'll get like in the mood, on the path to understanding. If those goals were inclusive of the advancement of the tribe or nation, the selflessness of the seeker was sure to be blessed by grandfathers and grandmothers in spirit. The selfish person's wing might show many challenges or trials that would, if approached in a humble manner, aid in changing the person's character for the better. I'm going to read that again. The selfish person's wing might show many challenges or trials that would, if approached in a humble manner, aid in changing the person's character for the better. So change is important and it is good, and we are learning. The 4 feathers in the back of the spike tip are healing feathers given to the medicine people of the tribe. And again, they capitalize healing feathers given to the medicine people of the tribe. These healing feathers were used to clean the sacred space around the body of a sick person. Since the eagle feather is used to gather negative energy or bad medicine with quick, firm strokes near the sick person's body, the spirit of the eagle can be felt by the patient. Eagle represents spiritual illumination, and if the illness was psychological, a person might feel a great deal better just by being feathered. You know, like feather therapy. The trained medicine person can see the energy needing to be removed and can use the healing spike feather, capitalized, healing spike feather, to remove the bad energy from the body. The round-tipped feathers on the underside of the wing nearest the eagle's body are warrior feathers, as were the tail feathers. These warrior feathers were added to the Warbonnet. The warrior feathers are still used in a sacred manner and are passed down through families who carry the bloodline of the chiefs in each tribe. As medicine people train the future generation to take their place, many warrior feathers, as well as healing feathers, are passed to those who honor the teachings and take responsibility for the roles they will inherit. Excuse me. Must get water. These feathers are a part of the trust given to the future generation that embodies the advance of the tribe or nation. The passing of this medicine is a reminder that the tradition and teachings will be preserved so that our way of life will be protected. The plume feathers are from the eagle's breast. Is that why I'm always putting my face like right in my cat's like chest, like right under her neck? She's got like this beautiful fluff. It's royal, I swear. And it's just so therapeutic. Like first I'll kiss her ears like on the back to keep them warm, put my face on them. And then I'll put my face, of course I'm holding her head all whilst, because you gotta be able to stop them from, at least if she attacks me with her paws, she'll get my hair. But if she, like, I could stop her from biting me, because I just like, she doesn't want to bite me though, but just in case. Actually, I did let my guard down the other day, which isn't good. But I put my face like right in what they're referring to, which is the plume feathers from the eagle's breast. One plume is tied into the scalp lock of those who return from vision quest or complete the rites of passage. Okay, so I don't know why, but I, for some reason, see, okay, here's what it was. I just like realized, and that's why I went into the story about how soft my cat's chest hairs are. They're white too. They're so royal, and her paws are white, and then she's got some design through the mask with the white, and yeah, she has socks. So cool, all 4 of them. So then the feathers are from the eagle's breast. Well, eagle's breast is nice and fluffy, you know. One plume is tied into the scalp lock of those who return from vision quest, or complete the rites of passage. These special plumes are also used as ornamentation and protection on the cradle boards of babies. That's one word, capital C, cradle boards of babies. They may represent the eagle medicine that may be carried into a medicine bundle. Since the plumes are much smaller than a full feather, for the sake of convenience, they could be placed in the bundle that would be taken to the sun dance or on vision quest. The purpose of placing these plumes in the medicine bundle is to call upon guidance from eagle's medicine during these rituals. I'm starting to feel the sun energy because they got the sun dance and then the vision quest. Okay, today I'm not in the comments, guys, but if you want to send me an email, I'm going to put my email address in the comments and you can get on my email list, and I do answer questions in there. And also I drop a link to one-on-one coaching. I coach many subjects. You'll see in the link, if you go to the page, it'll show you, it's outside of YouTube, it takes you to my little page and it'll show you the subjects that I coach on. And also, this is one of them, and I didn't really elaborate in there, but I do sacred path consultations too. So the medicine bundle and the sun dance, the vision quest, the purpose of placing these plumes in the medicine bundle is to call upon the guidance from eagle's medicine during these rituals. So we need the guidance from the medicine. And those are the animals that are communicating with us and guiding us and teaching us how to, this looks like a party hat. There. Oop. Okay. Teaching the plumes is the medicine bundle to call upon the guidance from the eagle's medicine during these rituals. So the plumes are in the Warbonnet, the chief hat, or chief Warbonnet, the feather dressing, headdress, to be specific. Okay. New paragraph, and we'll get through this because you're just coming in, so it's interesting, I'm sure. But me, I'm like teaching this whole thing. And so I love it all, and it's new to me, a lot of it. Although a lot of it I do know, it's different segments, but a lot of it is new. And so I am in complete awe of this, so let's go. If a warrior feather had a coop mark on it, capital C, C-O-U-P, it was a sign that the feather had been taken from another in battle. This was to note the change of ownership and that the spirit of the feather now owed allegiance to the warrior that counted coup, and they capitalized counted coup, both of those, on another brave. About 5 or 6 rows of the feather hairs are cut from the quill by the new owner, and some feathers have several cuts denoting how many times the feather has changed hands. Wow. If the quill of any feather is broken, the spirit of that feather has been released and is in the without fire's camp, all caps, also called the other side camp. I'm just gonna go like this when it's all caps, but you can tell the way I say it too. The world of spirit on the blue road, like that, I accentuated blue road, is the place where all spirits live. Spirits are part of the air chief's clan and ride on the wind. As each spirit desires to send a message to those on the good red road of physical life, he or she will come on the wind and take the form of a cloud person. So wind was capitalized, so you can see the way I'm reading it now, so you'll know. Wind, and take the form of a cloud person. So I always pause too. So that 2-leggeds can read the spirit smoke signals. See, so every time I pause, it's because they capitalized it and they want us to acknowledge and respect all of these different beliefs and these clans and these groups. Warriors learned to read the signs so that their medicine would be strong and victory would be assured. See, there's rewards to being on the good red road. Medicine, warriors learn to read the signs so that their medicine would be strong. So they want their medicine to heal the people. It's 444. Let's go. 444. So it's 444 here where I am. And those are my numbers. A little bit of water. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to read that sentence again, then I'm going to keep going. As each spirit desires to send a message to those on the good red road of physical life, he or she will come on the wind and take the form of a cloud person so that the 2-leggeds can read the spirit smoke signals. Warriors learn to read the signs so that their medicine would be strong and victory would be assured. That sounds like a good life. It was through the signs of the medicine allies that the warrior clan knew when to wait and when to advance. Every chief who had acquired enough feathers for a Warbonnet had demonstrated certain qualities as a role model for the people, male and female alike. Warbonneted chiefs were the strengths of the people. They listened to the hearts of those they protected and never spoke in anger. Each eagle feather represented a lesson learned in patience, bravery, tribal etiquette, hunting, medicine, and that one's capitalized out of all those, leadership, ceremony, which is capitalized, some aren't, counting, coop is, and the father protector role. Father protector has a hyphen and it's capitalized. The lessons gained by these chiefs included spiritual illumination, tempered by courage and the quick action necessary for proper leadership. The Warbonnetted chief showed leadership in times of battle, but he also exemplified the spiritual lessons that each feather in his Warbonnet represented. I have to just say, there are female chiefs too. The message was loud and clear. Each Warbonnetted chief was the holder of powerful gifts and abilities. I am a Chieftaincy. Each chief, capital, used the gifts great mystery had given him for the advancement of his people, and by so doing was worthy of his position of leadership. If the Warbonnet has appeared in your cards today, this is the good part. They're all good. Thank you, everybody, for your lovely compliments. I would call out your name today, but we're in here and we got 2 more small paragraphs, and this is I'm so excited. If the Warbonnet has appeared in your cards today, woo, and it did. First the pipe was on top and then the Warbonnet was underneath. But we've already done the pipe and live, and so we're on Sacred Path cards, and this is Warbonnet, and the word is advance, okay? If you came in late. If you're watching this all the way through, then I repeated myself a few times for the sake of everybody getting it who's here live and also watching the playback. Thank you very much. If the Warbonnet has appeared in your cards today, and it has, it is time to advance. Don't waste energy on going backward or staying in the doldrums. You are now able to move to the next step on the sacred path. Yay! Like a Warbonnetted chief, you have earned the right to learn the next set of life's mysteries. Woo! You too, YouTube, you are here. Take your medicine bundle and all the strengths it represents and charge forward. Yes. Oh, yes. My medicine bundle needs flowers too. Like, I know we're going to learn more about Sacred Path cards, so we're going to get to that too. But right now we're talking about the Warbonnet, but there also is a medicine bundle. And we learned about that when we were reading in this live. Okay. The advance can be on any level. Your spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional healings. Those are many planes, right? Spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional feelings are understood through life's experiences. You can now approach your destiny with every feather you have earned, marking your past victories, and see the destiny you have chosen emerging before you. Your medicine, capitalized, is strong and will allow the advancement you need at this time. Oh, thank God. thank the spirits above. When you see a feather, that's a message from your spirit guides. And you say, yeah, but I see a lot of feathers. Yeah, and there's a lot of messages. And we need to open ourselves up to these messages so we may have good medicine, and we may walk the good red road, and all these blessings, feel worthy, and have the knowledge, what we need to be happy, to have a good life. So if you see a feather, just remember Sacred Path cards and how feathers represent your warrior spirit and your joyful feather Warbonnet that you wear as a chief warrior, because we all are. We all are equal, and we all are leaders, and we all are here to teach each other. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here on my live. I cooked a soup for my mom and I, and now I'm gonna go make the noodles and serve it. So thank you. I have a funny TikTok dance video coming out, although I'm not always like that funny when I dance, but I made it comedic. And I'm gonna edit that tonight if I have energy, because I did a job interview, if you're coming into this late, earlier, and that went really well. So I'm wearing the Chief Warbonnet, so to speak. And I hope you are too. I hope you feel all of your bragging rights and your rewards and your gifts and your ceremonies of your accomplishments. I hope that you feel your strong warrior spirit communicating with the higher power, and it is guiding you, because we're not just putting our faith in the feathers. We believe in Father Sky, Grandfather Sun, Grandmother Moon, the thunder beings, the lightning, and the rain. Oh, it's been raining lately, and it's really nice. Like after summer, everything washes away and you got fall. Thanks for being a member on my YouTube channel also. Thank you. I noticed more people subscribing to be a member on my YouTube channel. I'm like, oh, you have no idea how much I really appreciate you. I appreciate anybody who's here and commenting and liking and sharing and subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification button if you want to be notified when I go live or upload videos or posts or photos or moods. Thank you so much. I love connecting with you, my audience. I want you to know I see every single one of you. It does show me a drop-down list in my YouTube Creator Studio. As a YouTube partner, it does show me if I go to subscribers, there's like over 6,000 of you guys now and millions of viewers, and I'm just so blessed. And anyone who stayed through this whole video, write in the comments, but write it after I'm done, because all the comments disappear. If you don't mind, if you do come back and happen to watch the playback, then write it that you watch the whole thing. I mean, even right now, if you watch this whole thing, that way I could see. So thank you. Just write the whole cigar. Since we pulled the pipe card or whatever, write the whole cigar, put a cigar emoji, and I'll know you watched the whole thing. And yeah, I hope that all the feathers are abundant in your life, as you could put like badges, like on your headdress, your Warbonnet. You could put feather badges and bragging rights and feeling humble and deserving and proud. I love you all. Starting to make more content lately. I hope you are enjoying it as much as I love making content. And yeah, I'm gonna have a lot more videos that have to do with the business end of me, the business side of me. So that's gonna be good, providing that the broker agent that I choose to work for allows me to do YouTube videos regarding the real estate industry. I do have a playlist where I speak of some real estate, but I have a whole career coming ahead in my real estate. I am a real estate investor and I've owned homes. I do own this home. And hey, I'm just having a great time following my passions. So join us for Monday Manifestation every Monday. I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna put like a video right here actually of my last Monday Manifestation. Thank you guys for everything. And you could also share this video. You could share it. I think all these, there's also ways to hype. You could hype in the, if it asks you if you want to hype the creator, you could hype. Oh, and you could also give gifts. You can give gifts and you can give jewels. And yeah, there's also something else. There's things that you could give creators. And one of them is called live gifts. And then there's others. If you see it in there, if you see it asking you right now, if you want to give this creator, then put in the comments what it's called so help people find it. I'm so glad that we can hang out. And I have right now 3 people in my live, and I have 7 people that like the video. And then when I hang up on this video, it'll show me, I'll screenshot it, a live recap, and it'll tell me how many people joined, how many people joined my subscription as member. It's called join and you become a member, or how many people subscribe to my channel for free. Hit the subscribe button at the bottom of the video, or how many people watched, peak concurrence it has, and it's a live recap. And then the average view duration, it'll tell me. So I'm having a great time in my YouTube studio. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. I'm receiving and allowing success. Thanks to all of my hard work, and it does pay off. Have a great evening. Enjoy your Saturday night. Have a blessed day. I just can't spend any more time because I'm starving, but I don't want to go. I just want you to know that. I really don't want to go. See you guys in the